Recently, I got a graded card submission back from Beckett and they all got 9.5s. Now, I'm super strict and only send the best of the best to Beckett because I'm always trying to shoot for that black label. So I was pretty disappointed to see that we barely even got any pristine 10s in the entire submission. I knew that these cards deserved better and I knew that they had a very high chance of upgrading at the other companies. So I cracked a bunch of them out of their 9.5 slabs and I sent a bunch of the cards over to PSA and CGC. In this video, we got the CGC cards back and we're gonna see if we hit any pristines out of the 5 cards that started as BGS 9.5s that I'm hoping to upgrade to CGC Pristine 10s. The 5 cards that I ended up sending back out to CGC were a Pikachu EX Special Art Rare from Super Electric Breaker, a Charizard EX Special Art Rare from Shiny Treasure EX, the Mew EX, the Bubble Mew Special Art Rare from Shiny Treasure EX, a Charizard VMAX from Shiny Star V, the Shiny Super Rare, and lastly, another of the Pikachu EX Special Art Rare from Super Electric Breaker. So let's see how many of these 9.5s we turn into Pristine 10s. If you end up enjoying this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below so you're notified for every future video that I release on the channel. And while you're down there, why not hit the like button as well? The first card we have up is this Shiny Star V Charizard VMAX. Absolutely incredible. I love this card so much. It's so badass looking. I wasn't a huge fan of the whole VMAX thing, the Gigantamax thing in Sword and Shield. I thought it was kind of lazy how they just made the Pokemon bigger, but at least a lot of the Gigantamax Pokemon, as you can see here with Charizard, they actually changed how the Pokemon look. They changed the design to make it look cooler, which I appreciate. It makes me feel a little bit more like the Megas, where they actually changed the design and make them look a little more interesting, give them like an extra evolution. They kind of did the same thing with Gigantamax. I love this card. Absolutely badass. Even though it was a little bit more expensive, I did send all of these cards to CGC via the $30 tier, I think. Now, sending it the $30 tier, they literally got received and graded and sent back like in a 2-day period. Like the turnaround time was crazy. So BGS 9.5, did we upgrade it to a CGC Pristine 10? Let's see. CGC Pristine 10, let's go. I thought a lot of these cards were absolutely mint. I sent them with the intention of hopefully getting a BGS black label, or at least having a chance at a black label. And for a lot of these cards to not even hit the Pristine 10, I knew was just weird. I don't know why, I just knew it was weird. I knew that they would get PSA 10s, obviously, like that's just a given. But sending them off and getting the Pristine 10 as CGC is still freaking awesome. So we did get one Pristine 10, the Charizard VMAX. Look at that texture. Oh, baby. Next up, we have the card that, at least at this point, I feel like is defining the era, the Bubble Mew. The Bubble Mew stands out as one of the most popular cards of this era, and obviously one of the most popular Pokemon. The Pokemon is shiny. We got a blue Mew, super cute in the bubble. Hopefully we get more cards from this artist. I think this was maybe the only card that they've done so far. I remember people posting their Instagram around when this card was first revealed, and they do a lot of artworks with this style, and it is just really adorable. So hopefully we see more from them. I mean, this card has just been incredible in terms of its upward trajectory, the absolute popularity of it, selling at different events. This card is probably the most requested of any card that I've had at an event. Bubble Mew, do you have the Bubble Mew? Do you have the Bubble Mew? Like over and over again. It's an incredible card doing incredible things. So we got the BGS 9.5, hoping for a black label. Did we get the Pristine 10? Sending it off to CGC. Can we get another upgrade? Let's see. Again, man. CGC Pristine 10, let's go. This is very different from the tag video that I did because I knew that the cards that I was sending to tag had issues, and it was more of an experiment to see whether or not tag was going to catch those issues, because I had seen DeGreen Shiz's video where tag completely missed a dent that was on the card, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna send some cards in that I know were graded, I think probably appropriately at most of the companies, and see what tag thinks about them. This one was, I feel like a lot of these cards were undergraded, and I wanted to send them to another company that had a Pristine 10 or a black label, if you want to call it that, and see if the cards could nail that at CGC. And so far, we're doing great. We're 2 for 2 on our 9.5s upgrading to Pristine 10s. Next, we have the card that I think is probably the coolest Charizard of the era so far. You know, I'm not big on the terastallization. I've always talked down on the whole hats. I really don't like them, but I think Igawa really knocked it out of the park on this design. I really like this one. I love that it's shiny. I love the shiny Charizard. Obviously not big on the hat, but at least the hat is obstructed behind the information at the top. And it's just a really, really nice looking card with an insane texture. Look at that texture. Crazy. Maybe we'll get a Team Rocket Charizard or something crazy. But so far, I think this is the best Charizard of the era. Definitely beats out the no neck or fat neck Zard from 151. So let's see if we could upgrade our shiny Treasure EX, Charizard EX, special art rare, from a 9.5 to a pristine 10 like we've done with the 2 previous cards. Let's go. Pristine 10, baby. We're 3 for 3. It almost looks like a heart, to be honest. I'm recording this the day after Valentine's Day, and I never really noticed this before, but if you look at this, you got the V right here, and then it kind of comes up into the wings, like into the head. Kind of looks like a heart, man. Nice little Valentine's Charizard for Valentine's Day. All right. Card number 4 is the Pikachu EX special art rare from Super Electric Breaker, BGS 9.5. This card is beautiful. It's got a great texture. The rainbow border, in addition to the hat gemstones that are all the different colors as well. I don't know. It all works very well together. A lot of people really didn't like this Pikachu when it was first announced. They were like, oh, it's kind of lame, whatever. Me being included, I thought they could have done something cool. Super Electric Breaker, at least half of the set, Paradise Dragona, had a very like beachy vibe. I kind of felt like you could have done a cool kind of surfing Pikachu or something. And this is more just like Pikachu running in the sun across the plains. It doesn't feel very beachy, but overall, I think this card is gorgeous and it has a great texture and everything works really, really well on it. So let's see if we can upgrade our BGS 9.5. Can we go 4 for 4 on the pristine 10s from CGC on these undergraded 9.5s? Yes. There we are. 4 for 4 on our upgrades from BGS 9.5s to pristine 10s. We've got one more card to go. Can we go 100%? Last but certainly not least, we have another Pikachu EX special art rare from Super Electric Breaker. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2 on Pikachus, 5 for 5 on cards overall for the cards that I sent to get the upgrade to the pristine 10. The undergraded BGS 9.5s. Can we go 5 for 5? Yeah, dude, let's do it. All right, so all of our BGS 9.5s upgraded to pristine 10s. Absolutely incredible. Definitely felt like these cards were undergraded at BGS. I will say that cracking BGS slabs, holy crap, my arm was sore. That initial crack into a BGS slab, oof, that is brutal. Brutal on the hands. But I'm glad that I went through and I did it. We still have some cards out at PSA. They're gonna take quite a while to come back, I'm sure, probably 2 or 3 months. So when I get those back, I will let you know how those did at PSA. I'm expecting basically all PSA 10s. I would be surprised if they didn't at this point, given that the rest of them got pristine 10s at CGC. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe before you head out. And if you want to check out my most recent upload, you can check that out right here, or you can check out where I sent a bunch of damaged cards to Tag to see what those cards ended up getting over at Tag Grading.